Well, it's time to call the monthly meeting of the Guthrie Board of Education to order. So if you'll bear with me, this is the best night of the year to be on the school board. One of them. Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Here.
Watts.
Here.
Smedley.
Here.
Bennett Johnson.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Salee.
Here.
Pennington.
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
We've established a quorum. Will you please stand and join me in pledging allegiance to the flag of our country, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda item 5, Kiwanis presentation.
Mr. Gamble?
I'd like to invite HC, you'd like to come up. Caitlin, would you come up? Kiwanis, our local chapter, has got on board with Kiwanis International, and we started a sophomore of the year program. And the kids put in applications just like you would a scholarship. And Caitlin is this year's winner of a $250 check. About her application that put her above the other kids was community service.
Okay, agenda item 6, presentation of certified and support employee of the month.
Presenting our support employee of the month is Danny Watson, the principal at Central. She will be presenting a plaque and a Sonic gift card for $25, courtesy of the Lions Club.
Mr. Oliver, would you please join me up here? This is Gary Oliver. I recommended him for more reasons than is on this piece of paper, but I tried to keep it in a little box. Mr. Oliver is the paraprofessional in the multi-grade emotionally disturbed classroom that is housed at Central. Anyone in our building would tell you that Mr. Oliver is worth his weight in gold, and he deserves so much more than we are able to give him. He will help anyone with anything. He comes to work each day knowing that he may get kicked, hit, spit on, bitten, and more than likely he's going to have some choice words thrown his way. Even though he knows what may come his way, he faithfully shows up to work and is ready to take on each day. Working with special needs students requires flexibility and patience, and Mr. Oliver is the master of both of these. He will do whatever it takes to help a student maintain or regain control of their emotions, all while keeping his cool and acting as though nothing is wrong. It really is amazing to watch how he interacts with the students in that classroom, and you can tell that the students in there have an immense amount of admiration for him. They may not say it, but they care deeply for Mr. Oliver, and he is a stable part of what may not be a stable life at home. Mr. Oliver is, in my opinion, irreplaceable, and our students are going to be better students because of the structure that he brings to their lives.
One more.
And presenting our certified employee of the month is Kim Barrett.
I would like to present Angie Simonton, and I promise if she were not in her first year at Guthrie Public Schools, she would be out here with the rest of you waiting to be named as District Teacher of the Year. Mr. Ogle gave me my little speech, so I guess I'm supposed to stick to this and keep it short and sweet. We could talk for many hours about Miss Simonton. Miss Simonton is new to Guthrie High School this academic year. She's readily found her niche with her students and who constantly talk about their coursework and correlate what they have learned in her English class with what they are learning in my U.S. history class. We both share juniors, so it's fun to hear stories back and forth about the things that they are learning across curricular activities. Ms. Simonton has also found her place amongst the faculty at Guthrie High School. She's not afraid to volunteer her time. She has applied to sit in numerous committees at the high school and at district level as well. She's not afraid to ask questions and seek help when she needs assistance with ELCA and WinGauge and the numerous other computer applications that we use. She can always be found at her appointed duty stations, and she's in her classroom well before and well after her daily assigned times on a daily basis. Angie Simonton exudes Blue Jay spirit and has an excellent role model for our students at high school.
Gary and Pam.
Smile,
Agenda item 7, presentation of the Guthrie Public Schools Site Teacher of the Year and District Teacher of the Year for 2016 and 17. Dr. Simpson.
Before we make the presentations of the site winners and the elementary, secondary, and district, I wanted to outline some of the awards that we have tonight for the respect that, it just shows the respect that this community has for our school district and for the work that our teachers do. And I'm going to run through some of this because I think it also highlights the outstanding partnerships that we have developed with the business community in Guthrie and how much individuals care about the work that we do. Every nominee for Teacher of the Year will receive a gift bag from Environmental Management. In it, it'll have some things that'll help them dress up their desk a little bit in the classroom. And the Teacher of the Year runner-up will receive a plant from Mary's Flower Shop, earrings from Boutique 206, lunch for 2 and a loaf of lemon blueberry bread from Missy's Donut and Bakery. Gail Davis has donated some handmade pottery, one of our board members. Eskridge Chevrolet has a tank of gas a week for 1 month during the summer. And we all hope gas goes back up so that that's even more valuable for the teacher, but also for a lot of us in Oklahoma. And then I'm going to go down the list of things that our Teacher of the Year is going to receive. And I think it's very humbling because when my first year as superintendent, I asked what we did for Teacher of the Year, and I kind of got some funny looks. And this kind of started as we want to highlight the efforts of education in our community, and I want to also compliment Jana Fry, our board clerk, my executive assistant, because she did a lot of this year and went out and made this happen. But and this is in no particular order, but there's from AC's Hallmark, there's a gift basket. From Rick's Fine Chocolates and Coffees, a $5 gift card. Hoboken Coffee Roasters, a $15 gift card. Vincent Dora Designs, a picture frame. Kelly Hinkey Downtown Salon, shampoo and conditioner, more valuable to some than myself. Interbank, Rick's Chocolate gift basket. Furrow Flowers and Gifts, flowers. Heritage Collection, a Guthrie ornament. Sharon Watts, one of our board members, a handmade Blue Jay quilt. And it was really nice what she made last year. Gail Davis, one of our board members, a handmade pottery. Stables Restaurant, one free meal. Billy Sims Barbecue, 2 $15 gift cards and 2 refillable cups. Vaughn Coburn Keller Williams, a gift basket. Donna Elmore, Exit Realty, $50 Chili's or On the Border gift card. Jonas and Charlie Brown, a Dr. Pepper neon sign. Missy's Donut and Bakery, lunch for 2 and a loaf of lemon blueberry bread. Boutique 206, a Kendra Scott bracelet, and I've been told that is a very nice gift. I just get my wife a gift card from there because it's a lot easier that way. But I've been told it's very nice. And Shelton Photography, a $75 gift card. Edward Jones, a $100 check. Bank First, a $100 gift card to Gages. The Terry Pennington family, $100 in cash. The John Vance Auto Group, personal use of vehicle during the month of August. Eskridge Chevrolet, personal use of vehicle for May, June, and July.
Wow.
Pretty neat stuff. Wow. And I want to personally thank all of the business community of Guthrie for making that happen and making that possible. Now, without further ado, let's make presentations of the site winners, and each of them will get one of the gift bags in front of us. Ms. Walters.
I get the pleasure of honoring the elementary teachers of the year, and so when I call your name, if you will come up here and I will hand you a sack, and then once everyone is here, I'll grab the magic envelope and we'll announce the winner. So here we go. From Cotterell, Deanna Davenport, kindergarten teacher. Next we have Dawn Reams from Cotterell, an interventionist. From Central, a first grade teacher, Ashley Henderson. From Fogarty, a second grade teacher, Tia Davidson. Also from Fogarty, a third grade teacher, Catherine Rosenbach. From Guess, a PE teacher, Keith Hedge. All right, still from Guess, a special education teacher, Kara Walters. All right. From Guess, Sherry Yost, 6th grade math. Okay, I'm not going to slowly walk over and get the envelope. Here we go.
It's on the blanket.
On the blanket. Okay, you guys ready? The elementary teacher of the year. Guthrie Public Schools 2016 Elementary Teacher of the Year is Kara Walters. Let's honor all of our elementary teachers.
Now, Mr. Ogle will present the secondary site teachers of the year.
just like Mr. Pennington said, this is one of the favorite times of the year is to honor the great things that go on in our school and the teachers of the year. And so I have the privilege of introducing the secondary teachers of the year. And so it's a nice gift as well. So when I call your name, come up from the junior high, 7th grade reading teacher, Ron Gillette. From the junior high, 8th grade science, Tara Barker. From the high school, English teacher, Diana Meek. From the high school, special education, Lisa Clark. Also from the high school, English teacher, Lori Lucas. And from the high school English teacher, Patricia Johnson. Now, the secondary teacher of the year. Completely pretty good.
Don't look at me.
Guthrie Public Schools 2016 secondary teacher of the year, Lori Lucas.
Lori, stay up. Well, down to this. Congratulations. Certainly shown great professionalism. And now we'll see who the district teacher of the year is. You guys ready?
Right, yes.
Mike, you got your list. All right. The 2016 Teacher of the Year for Guthrie Public Schools, Carol Walsh.
I get the car, right?
We get 2 cars.
Started in May.
Hey, that's perfect. Summer months, I'll be cruising. Thank you.
Well, we thank everyone for your support tonight. This is the most fun that we get to have at a board meeting. And so, if you want to stay and enjoy the fun, that's great. But I know that Mike would and Chris would love for the Teachers of the Year to step out for a quick picture. And we'll take a little bit of a break in the meeting. And once you if you guys can get your pictures taken pretty quick, because I want to make sure that you're back in here as we start the business part.
Well, I caught one. So, yeah, he works hard at it. When I was riding on heels, hey, I need it. I'll get it. Hey. So I don't need to do it. Do I do anything with this stuff or leave it? Walters. Walters and Walters. Back in teaching. Thank you. Thank you. It's very fun. I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Oh, Donna, that stays up. That stays.
The nail came out.
Oh, I thought you were taking it down.
No, the nail came out. I can't find it. One side is going to be late. And one side is put it here. I couldn't find the nail or I would stick it back in there. Oh, okay.
So is that all of her?
Pretty much so. Most of it is, yeah.
Okay.
I love the quilt. You know what? I love the quilt. Thank you so much.
Oh, tell Sharon that she's the one that.
Sharon, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I think I lost my charger for my keyboard. Did that just come out?
I relate to that, believe me. I was kind of pleased to see the old timers up there. Ronnie, Terry,
Well, I'm looking at him and he's not making a lot of sense to me right now.
She's setting up the money to have some of the kids can't go, but it's really not a school related event. I don't know where we're sitting up and you understand what I'm saying?
All right. I think we can resume, Mr. President.
Okay. Agenda item number 8. Comments to the board by citizens registered to speak.
We have none.
No citizens.
No.
I've got to give them time. Comments to the board by board members. Anybody, any board member care to speak? Okay, here we go again. The president does. Hey, this past week I have heard complaints from people about ice boxes, complaints about microwaves, complaints about building administrators trying to save money by turning off the lights somewhere other than the classrooms. And some of them, it's sad to say, has been by educators. I don't know if the severity or the impact of the situation can be grasped by some or has not been grasped by everybody. But the amount of money that the Guthrie Public Schools District is going to lose this fiscal year will probably be increased next fiscal year. And the money that we're trying to save is going to save a job. It may be a job of someone that's here tonight. So I would like to let everybody in the community that has called, stopped by, posted on Facebook, or just scratched on the wall somewhere, that all they have to do if they want to find out the truth is to call a building administrator and talk to the principal at a school, because it's not true that we are using classrooms as refrigerators. It's not 30 degrees in the classroom or the hallway or the library. The lights have not been shut off by OG&E. The children can still see, but we're trying to reduce a $425,000 electric bill. And we did ask that computers get turned off at the end of the day and over the weekend. And we did ask that private refrigerators and microwaves be taken out of the schools because we're trying to save people's jobs. And we're trying to give our children the best education we can with the money that we have. If you want to complain about the money that the Guthrie Public Schools doesn't have, drive down Highway 35 to Lincoln Boulevard and just pick one of those guys out that works down there in the Capitol and let them know what you think. Or paint a sign and stand on the corner somewhere. But to make up falsehoods and put on Facebook or cowardly hide behind mistruths or lies isn't the way to resolve something about what's really going on. The men and women of the Guthrie Public School District are doing everything they can to save money, to save a job, so there won't be 35 kids in a classroom next year. And I hope you're writing that down for the newspaper and in your Facebook page, because if they want to complain to somebody, tell them where I'm at, 107 West Cleveland, and tell them to come and talk to me about it any day. But to lie and to twist and to bend and to hide on Facebook is not the way to do it. Because I assure you that we're not making the kids go to school and weave their own blankets to stay warm. So it saddens me that we get to that point, but what I want to do is to tell you that, and I'm primarily speaking to the two guys in the back tonight, not to the class, the teachers and the educators in here. I want you to know that. But it's important that in times when things get tough, that people rally around their school and their educators and their teachers. It's not a time to start throwing rocks with everybody else, especially if you don't know what you're throwing them at or why you're throwing them. So I would ask that if people have questions, they ask someone who truly has the answer and get the facts. And to start with your building administrators at all levels. But I've checked with my daughter. I've called Chris today at the high school. The lights are on and we are open for business. And if there's any questions or concerns about that, call one of them or stop by and see a board member. But this stuff about we're freezing kids and we've turned off the lights and we don't have the money to operate is a bunch of bull. And that's all he'd let me say was bull, because I had other things I would like to say. Anybody else?
You covered it. I think you covered it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Simpson.
A few items. First of all, a reminder that the school board election is tomorrow. Every registered voter in the Guthrie Public School boundary is eligible to vote in the election for seat number 1. The candidates, as many of you know, are incumbent Sharon Watts and Mark Schwartzball. Also, there's an election on the same ballot for residents inside the city limits of Guthrie for a city sales tax to provide a variety of quality of life enhancements for our city. I want to encourage all eligible voters to participate tomorrow. And again, making it very clear that if you're an eligible voter inside the boundary of our school district, you are eligible to vote in the election tomorrow for school board. The next item, I wanted to share that Chase Purdue, a 6th grader at Guess, finished 3rd in the regional spelling bee last week. So that's a good thing. We've had a lot of good news tonight, and I hate to ruin that, but I'm going to give a little update on where we are budget-wise, as I always try to do, especially when we are going into the legislative session. And then, of course, this year is obviously a very key element of the budget right now. If the Education Reform Revolving Fund, otherwise known as the 1017 Fund, money is to be cut, we should know that sometime after the State Excise Board meeting on February 16th. Mr. Schultz estimates that the cut would be about $100,000. We could also know if we have a second revenue failure and subsequent current year cuts soon after that date. Some of the news that I heard this last week, I was at a meeting with a close friend that is a state senator, and the the news is not good there for the potential for another revenue failure is out there very strong. And obviously the news you guys saw about the tax collections in January that was in the Oklahoma recently. And that brings me to letting the board know exactly what we have done up to this point. And this is in reference to some of the things that Mr. Pennington spoke about in his comments. In the 2014-15 school year, the district spent $427,680 on electricity. If we can reduce our electrical costs by 3%, that's roughly $12,800, or approximately 1/3 of a teaching salary over the course of a school year. Some measures we've taken already include specific shutdown procedure with district computers and removal of all personal appliances from the classroom. The computers in our district vary in efficiency, but the range for operation for 1 year is roughly from $60 to $85 if we kept it on for an entire school year. And that's if they were never powered down. By powering down during times of prolonged non-use, we can hopefully realize a meaningful savings when you consider we have approximately 1,500 computers district-wide. No buildings have been asked to make any changes to their building temperature, but we have asked that they be more diligent in turning lights off when they are not needed. I applaud our teaching staff as we all pitch in to prepare for what could be one of the greatest financial challenges we have faced in many years. Those are my prepared statements. I do want to say that the intent is not to cause a hardship for anyone, but it will take everyone to get through this. And one thing I will mention, my predecessor purchased a refrigerator for the superintendent's office. It's the property of the school. And the one thing that I did the weekend before the deadline is I came up here and I defrosted that and unhooked it. And I'm not going to ask a teacher to do something that I'm unwilling to do. That's where we are. And I realize that this is a change in habit, but this will probably not be the last change in habit, especially if we have an additional revenue failure in this year, because that will compound issues going into next year. And the ultimate goal is to provide the best education for our students that we can with the money that we are given to work with. And anything we can do to enhance that is the job that we all have to share. And that's how I'm approaching this. And there is a vast majority of the staff that are approaching it the same manner. And I want to applaud them for what they've done. And I've been walking the buildings myself on Sundays. And I talk with some of them. In fact, some of them were removing their refrigerators. And I talked with them about this. And they are working with it too, because their heart is with our kids. So my hat's off to them. And that's the conclusion of my comments.
Okay. Agenda item 10, consent agenda.
Okay, and for the pleasure of the board, one item on that consent agenda is a contract with the city of Guthrie. That is item G2. That contract is in front of you, and there is an amendment. There are two amendments to that contract. They're actually handwritten. That is at the advice of our attorney today, and then we will, if you as a board approve this, then I will forward that to the city for their reapproval to the city council. And the rest of the language from our attorney was approved. If you would like to pull that from the consent agenda, you can do so, but I'm offering that prior to your consideration.
Motions, please.
I move we approve the consent agenda. Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 11, business agenda. Recommendation, consideration, and action upon Guthrie High School Driver's Education Summer Program.
It's going to be found on pages 73 to 75. This is a routine item that we are required by the State Department of Education to approve each year. The The financial consideration of this is it is not does not cost us by the time the students pay for their enrollment. This is not a cost to the district. It is a wash financially and provide the service. Recommend approval.
I make a motion that we approve the Guthrie High School Driver's Education Summer School 2016.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Item B, recommendation, consideration, and action upon school health profile survey for secondary school level sponsored by the Oklahoma State Department of Health, Oklahoma Department of Education, conducted by Centers for Disease Control, pages 76 through 109.
This was we were selected at random by the State Health Department to participate in this survey, and it is completed by the principals and lead health education teachers at the secondary level, and the survey is in your packet.
Motions.
I move we approve the school health profile survey for secondary school level sponsored by the Oklahoma State Department of Health and the Oklahoma State Department of Education, conducted by the Centers for Disease Control.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Recommendation, consideration, action upon 2016 through 2017 STEM Academy Pre-Engineering and Biomedical Services Joint Program Agreement with Meridian Technology Center.
This is we started this last year, and it's been very successful. We want to continue this partnership with Meridian. Recommend approval.
Roll call.
Nope.
Motions, please.
I move we approve the 2016-2017 STEM Academy Pre-Engineering and Biomedical Sciences Joint Program Agreement with Medical Technology Center.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Item D, recommendation, consideration, and action upon memorandum of understanding between the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education and Guthrie High School for 2015 and 16.
This is a new item that we bring to you that Mr. LeGrand was approached by Career Tech, and we've reviewed it, and I believe there's a memo about how he would like to incorporate this in your packets on between 117 and 133 as well. Recommend approval.
Motions?
I move we approve the memorandum of understanding between the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education and Guthrie High School for 2015-16.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Recommendation, consideration, and action upon cooperative letter of partnership between Guthrie Junior High School and Oklahoma State University Educational Talent Search Program for September 1st, 2016 through August 31st, 2021.
This is a free service offered by Oklahoma State that where they offer ACT test prep and career exploration items for voluntary participants of the junior high.
Motions?
I make a motion that we approve the cooperative letter of partnership between Guthrie Junior High School and Oklahoma State University Educational Talent Search Program for September 1st, 2016 through August 31st, 2021.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee. Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 12, proposed executive session with the purpose of discussing employment of personnel, FMLA request, resignation, separation from employment, and transfer of position. Request to set out the personnel reports and discussion of the superintendent's contract disclosure, which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and or federal law pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute Section 307B 1 and 7. Roll call, please.
I move we go into executive session.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Welcome back. On to the items in Agenda 12, we're discussing the executive session and no votes were taken. This will constitute the executive session minutes. Item 13, vote on action is set out in the personnel reports.
I make a motion that we vote on the personnel reports. Approve personnel
Second.
reports.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
Consideration and action upon the superintendent's contract.
I move we approve the superintendent's contract. Second.
Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
And for the public record, for those who believe that we were giving him an island in the Bahamas, there is absolutely no pay increase whatsoever for the superintendent for the in this contract set out for. And it should be noted that Dr. Simpson did not request and has not requested a pay increase due to the severe financial state of the Guthrie Independent Public School District. So there's rumors that he was getting a car and a yacht and a boat and a house and $40,000 extra dollars are false.
Mr. President, I think we should also note that we have extended him a 3-year contract.
Yes.
Well, okay.
We
Yes,
definitely want
we
to keep
did.
him.
All right. So, agenda item 15, recommendation, consideration, and action to accept any resignations offered since the posting of the agenda.
We have none.
Item 16, discussion of possible action of new business not known or set out could have been reasonably foreseen at the time of the posting of the agenda.
We have none.
Mr. Salee,
I would move to adjourn.
Second.
roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Bennett Johnson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pennington.
Yes.
7 ayes, 0 nays.
If I say no, do you have to stay?